I'm back! I have not done a video in so long. I just checked the date and the last time was the 21st of September and it is now the 8th of November. So look, the hiatus was real, but I'm feeling inspired, okay? But today's video, I'm going to be talking about the long-awaited e-commerce of Goyard, okay? Because they were doing the old Chanel game where they were like, oh, you can only shop with us in the boutiques. But, like, us Australians, what are we supposed to do? Smoke signal a bag down? So I'm going to get into the ins and outs of Goyard's e-commerce website, what you can buy, how you can buy, and all of that jazz in this video. So, ta-da! I'm back! But if you are here for the first time, my name is Connor, and on my channel I like to talk about all things luxury. So I'd love it if you could hit the subscribe button and the bell button so you're notified when I bring out new videos, whenever that may be. And if you're returning, welcome back to my channel. So if you're unfamiliar with Goyard, they've been one of those brands where they have an online presence so you can kind of see what bags that they do have. But the only way that you could purchase stuff would be either going to one of their boutiques, which they're like few and far between in the world. And our closest one in Australia is Singapore. And that's where I got my blue cat vert bag from, and then I got the orange, let me just grab it. Then I got the bag in Singapore last year, and then I got this pouch in Paris this year. That feels like a long time ago, but yeah, it was this year. And it's a lot cheaper getting it in Paris, the items, pouches, bags, whatever, but the only way that you could get them was going to the store. And with their stores, they are you know, in the city where they might have a store, there's only one, so it's not like Louis Vuitton where there might be 3 or 4 or 2. There's always a line, the stock is limited. I know in Japan I've seen like vlogs where they even put signs up in the middle of the day saying we don't have any St. Louis totes, or we don't have any of this, or if there's a big queue they'll have their staff like giving out pamphlets or showing a little checklist board of what they actually do have in stock today to save you lining up unnecessarily. So it's kind of one of those brands where it's not like Hermes where you got to have like a profile and all of that, but it's also not like Louis Vuitton where you can just walk in and get stuff. So it's very weird. I don't really know why they have this kind of like ambiguity with their stock. Like it does give sort of Hermes vibes, but it doesn't, because like they're canvas pieces, like they're not really, you know, they're not, I don't know, like I don't think you can even put them in a category as Hermes in terms of like the bags and all that, because they're just not even in that league. But yeah, they're a bit of a weird one. I think maybe they do it to kind of control like the mass-produced aspect of the stock. Like they don't want to be like that, so who knows. But on their online platform, you can now purchase personalized items. And also previously you could buy through distance sales, like you could reach out to a store, like find their email address, or if you had a contact you could reach out to somebody there and they would do like a distance sales order. But it was very much like, say if I wanted to buy something through Singapore, I would have to liaise via email, and then I would pay in Singaporean dollars, and then I'd have to pay the tax and everything when it come into the country. It was kind of like very, you know, like ad hoc-y. So you could kind of do it, but this new way online is very much the prices are displayed in your currency. I do believe it is all inclusive, because the prices are a little bit higher than if you were to buy it, I don't know, say if I were to buy it and convert into from Singapore dollars to Aussie dollars, it might be a little bit more, but I think it's all inclusive. I've never actually purchased from it, but let's just say that's what it is. So that is that part, and then it's only personalized products. So I'll go through the kind of list of stuff that they do have, but it's things where they would paint their initials of whatever you want, kind of like with Louis Vuitton, but it's not just blank bags. So you can get St. Louis tote, they have their card holders, they've got their bifold wallets, they've got their Cine pouches, so like kind of like what I have in the orange, but all the different sizes. They've got the, I think it's sunglasses case. Then they've also got, I'll just see what other bags. So there's all different like notebook covers, all the pouches, all the wallets, SLGs, the totes, just waiting for their stupid website to load, passport holder, cigar holder, because we all need a good cigar holder. I'm sick of them rolling around through my bag. Yeah, so it's pretty much those items for now. I have heard that they will be adding more later down the track, and they're kind of piloting this this kind of process to see, you know, if their volume can keep up with the demand and all of that jazz. But you know what, it's baby steps. And like, even if Chanel did something like this, people would be happy is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that's what we're kind of dealing with. Now I'll do a little screen record so we can go through a little demonstration. All right, so I'm just going to pick a random color. Let's do green, sorry. And we'll see what we can make. So I'll go personalize and order. The website's really bad. I don't know if it's because I'm doing it on Safari on my phone or it's better on the computer, who knows. But we'll do my initials to start with because I can't actually remember what you can do. All right, so you can pick the different fonts. So there's like the classic with a shadow or no shadow, and then there's this other font with or without a shadow. I think I like this like classic one a lot better. Let's go modify. So you can pick different colors, I'm assuming. All right, so we've got all these blues. They've got even metallics. So if you want to be a little bit fancy schmancy, but let's just do blue just because it'll contrast a bit better, just for the purpose of this demonstration. And then the shadow will do, I'll just do, it's going to look ugly, but I'll do like a darker blue. Actually, that looks too ugly even for the purpose of this video. Can we do like a silver shadow? Well, let us do that. Okay, cool. So that would be like a metallic silver. Look fancy. Then you can pick the placement. So you can do it like front and center, just under the handles. You can do it in the middle of the bag. Okay, you can do it bottom right or bottom left corner. Cute. I kind of like the corner. I think because of the font size in proportion to the bag, it looks better in the corner, but I'm not a design master myself. And then you can do stripe options. You can do the stripe straight down the center. You can do the 2 stripe. The stripes look cute. Or you can do a triple stripe if you're feeling up to it. All right, let's do that. So you can do your initials, the font, pick the colors, and then, yeah, sweet. Oh, okay, so it's getting a bit niche. You can do the placement, the width, all of that stuff, the spacing. So there is a little bit more options there, but let's not get carried away, kids. Let's just do this and see what we're kind of looking at. Okay, how do I finish? All right, press finish, add to cart. Let's see what it's going to cost you in Aussie dollars. All right, it's just loading. So $4,450. It's getting pricey. So I believe if you just had initials, it's 3,800. But the more you start doing with the stripes, I do believe they hand paint them. They don't silk press like Louis Vuitton do, but that's kind of what you're dealing with. So it's not cheap. I don't know if I would pay that for that, because if you've actually seen a St. Louis tote in person, you kind of be like, what? But then in saying that, like a Neverfull is like, what, over $3,000 now. So who knows? Whatever your heart desires, if this is what you want, this is what you'd pay. I was just having a look at the prices of other stuff. Like, it's actually quite expensive in terms of like the wallets and everything. So it definitely would be all inclusive just based on those prices, but beggars can't be choosers. And go have a little play around, see if there's anything you like. I know like say you live in a city where there actually is a Goyard store, I know you can get personalization on a lot more products than obviously what's available on this website, because I think you buy the bag and then you say, this is what I want done, and then they send it off to wherever it gets done, and then they send it back to you. So if you're just a tourist visiting, it's probably not going to be able to work, but if you are someone that lives in a city, you can get that done. And I can't remember where I heard this or where I read this, but I'm pretty sure they still do it old school, like they'll paint it on with a brush. So there you have it, everyone. Just thought I'd do this video, share with you what I know. Maybe they'll add more stuff in the future, who knows. They're in their infancy on the e-commerce, okay? But I miss doing a video, and I thought, why not spread the love, do my luxury humanitarian duties. Yeah, no. But thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. Please give this video the thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all very shortly in my next video. Bye!